Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is a little bit different. So I'm showing you this sort of summery, nice makeup, but I'm also showing you a little faux freckle technique. If I just zoom you in, you can see that I've got a really nice little layer of freckles beneath my makeup. So if you want to see how I did them and obviously this whole makeup shebang, then please keep watching. I just wanted to take this time to show you a really cool little sort of fake freckle technique that obviously I'm going to leave to develop overnight, and this is the fake tan technique. So this is something I've seen a little bit of on Instagram and other YouTube channels. It works really well if you have like an express tan or like a fast developing tan. I don't, that's why I'm filming this part of the tutorial today. I'm going to leave the freckles to develop through the rest of the evening and overnight, wash my face in the morning, and then do the actual makeup side of it tomorrow. So for this, I'm just using my St. Murray's Instant Tanning Mousse in medium, and I'm using a little paintbrush. I'm literally just dipping the paintbrush into that and dotting that onto my face. So just do this in sort of random places, doing little clusters and then spreading some other bits out. So since doing the fake tan freckles yesterday, I've just had a shower as normal. I haven't used any harsh cleansers on my face. I've just sort of done like a warm water rinse. If I just zoom you in a bit, you can see that they settle in really nice and naturally. So now I'm just going to do sort of a summery kind of look. So I'm actually going to do my eyes first, so I'm going to do a winged eyeliner. I've prepped my skin, but again, I haven't sort of rubbed my face. I've more pressed all those products in just to make sure we don't rub any of the freckles away. So I'm just using my MAC paint pot in soft ochre. I'm just using my finger and patting that in as usual. I've been quite light with that just because this is quite a natural kind of look, so I don't want to blank out all the colour in my lids. And then just using my Rimmel Stay Matte powder and just my normal big powder brush. I'm just going to set that slightly. So I'm going to switch to my Decay Naked Heat palette, and I'm going to go in with the shade Sourced, which is this one just here. And I'm going to use my Zoeva 231 brush for this. And I'm just going to wiggle that colour into my crease. And then I'm going to switch to my Zoeva crease brush. This is a big fluffy sort of blending brush. And this doesn't have any product on, but I'm just going to buff out that colour. And then going back in with that smaller brush, and I'm going to switch to the shade Cayenne, which is this one just here in the Naked Heat palette. And we're just going to, again, get that in the crease, focusing it more on the outer corner just to build up a bit more depth. Just going for quite a natural eyeshadow, more sort of contouring the lid than creating any kind of colour or shape. Switching to my bigger brush just to help with that blend. And then I'm just going to switch to my concealer, which is the Maybelline Eraser Eye Concealer. And just using the sponge on top, I'm just going to wiggle that on the lid and just tap that in with my finger. This is just to take away some of that eyeshadow from the lid to really open the eyes again. And then just switch into my face powder and just using my finger again, just packing that on just to mattify and set that concealer. So next is the eyeliner. So for this I'm using my Maybelline Master Ink waterproof eyeliner, and I'm just going to start making that shape. Then once that eyeliner is on, I take my Eraser Eye Concealer and my 226 smudger brush, and I'm just going to neaten this up with. So I'm going to leave the eyes there for a minute, and we're going to go back into the skin. So for this I'm using my Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation, and this is in the shade True Ivory. So I'm just going to use one pump of this, and I'm going to use my Zoeva 102 Silk Finish brush. This is a bit mushed from how I use it. and I'm just going to use that very lightly. So this will cover the freckles a little bit, especially as I would say this is probably sort of a medium to full coverage foundation. But I'm going to use my eyebrow pencil to just add in anywhere where we've lost them a little bit. I'm going to take my Maybelline Eraser Eye Concealer. I'm going to put this in the normal places. It's just taking my foundation brush again and patting that concealer in. This is when I'm going to take my eyebrow pencil, which is the MAC pencil in brunette, and I'm just going to have a look a bit more closely at those freckles, see where I can add any extras. Then I am also just going to swatch my Zoeva Brow Spectrum palette. And these are the two shades that I use in my brows, so I'm just going to use a little paintbrush and a mixture of these two. So once you're happy with the little freckles you've added in over the top, it's time to powder. So for this I use my Rimmel Stay Matte powder, and this is in Peach Glow. And just my powder brush, which is the Zoeva powder brush. So I'm just going to powder my under eyes, make sure that's nice and set. My smile line, my forehead because I get quite oily, a little bit down the nose. I'm going to take my Sleek Solstice palette. I'm going to use this peachy colour just here to do my highlight. Now I'm switching to my Real Techniques. I think this is a blush brush, but this is what I use to do my bronzing and contouring. And I'm taking my Bare Minerals Pro Powder Foundation, and this is in the shade Hazelnut, which is this colour just here. And I'm taking that on my cheek, starting at the back and blending that forward. Then I switched to my Sleek Face Form palette, and this is in medium, and I'm going to use this one just here. So when I do this I sort of pinch my brush together a little bit because this is more of my contour colour. So I want to get that right in the back here. And then I switch to my Face Form palette in Light, and I'm going to use the blush in this very lightly, just on my cheeks. And then using my Zoeva blending brush, which is this one just here, I think this is a crease brush, I take the contour shade in this, which is nearly run out, but that's fine because I need a little bit of time. And this is the colour that I run down the sides of my nose and just in the dip of my Cupid's bow there, just to define that. So then once I've finished my skin, I just give myself a quick spritz of my YSL setting spray. So, because this is a summery look, I want to add a little bit of colour to this under eye. So I'm going to do this with a purple. I think I'm going to use Makeup Geek's Wisteria, which is this purple just here. And then I might darken that slightly just with a little bit of Makeup Geek's Curfew. So I'm going to use a little Luxe pencil brush, this is by Zoeva, and I'm going to go in with the lighter shade first. And then switching to my Zoeva Luxe Smoky Shader brush, which is this little flat one, I'm going to use that shade Curfew. So I'm just getting a little bit of that on the very tip of that brush, and I'm wiggling this right on the lash line. And then switching back to that pencil brush and just blending those two colours together. So that is the eyes finished, apart from lashes and everything. So I'm going to take my Colossal Volume Express mascara, whack some of that on, but before I do that I'm just going to glue up my doll lash. These are the Chloe lashes, they're these ones. So I'm going to get them glued up and put my mascara on, and then I'll be back with you. So I'm going to go in my lip liner first. This one's from MAC. I think it's the colour Spice, but as you can see it's sort of done a death now. Then I'm going to take my Rimmel Kate lipstick. I think this might have been a limited edition one, which again, you can see it's a little dead one that makes me really sad. But this is in boho nude. And then just on top of that, to add an extra little bit of something, I am just using my Bare Minerals. This is a gloss, I think it's a sugar gloss in Brilliant. I don't go mad with this, I tend to just sort of in the centre of my lips. So this is the finished look. As you can still see those fake tan freckles and also the extra little goodies that we've added in. Just really wanted to share that faux freckle technique with you guys because I absolutely love it. It also looks a little bit more natural, I find, because the freckles then sit under your makeup in opposed to sitting on top. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, then please like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.